Well, we're just about 20 days into the Shiba Eternity Game launch. Let's see what the details are. Now, they claim that they're going to burn 5% of the total revenue of the game for in-app purchases and things like that. So the burning, of course, helps decrease the total supply. Therefore, it becomes deflationary. Therefore, we have an opportunity to potentially see a little bit of a rise as a result of less supply. But there's more to it than that, especially when it comes down to how much this could actually go up in the near future and also in the long term, which we'll discuss very soon in today's video. By the way, if you like videos like this, Shiba Inu, there's gonna be a lot more on this channel, so what are you doing? Make sure you subscribe. All the cool kids are doing it. Let's hop right over here where we're gonna look at what's going on with the game and if it's actually contributing to the burn so far. So, now here we are on the Google Play Store. Now, Shiba Eternity, I want to zoom in right there where it says 100,000 plus downloads. Now, when it first launched on October 6th, I was tracking this and it was really interesting to see that it was at 10,000 downloads within the first day. Now here we are just about 20 days later and we're at 100,000 downloads. That's a promising first step. Then let's hop over here to the iPhone app. And this is another great one because this shows you that there's a lot of positive review behind the game. So out of 3,800 ratings on the App Store for the iPhone, we're at a 4.9 rating out of 5. Not too bad. I think why that's important to start off with is to discuss the importance of how that can help us build up our overall burn rate, our total revenue that will help us as Shiba Inu coin owners. Got 185 million myself, and I'll share with you in another video what my actual buy price is. So right now I'm just kind of holding, but I might buy in if it goes back to a certain price. If you're interested in learning more about that, make sure you subscribe. So if we go over and we take a look at this to start off with, and then we'll take a look at the burns, this is the list of the highest grossing mobile games right now. Now, if we scroll down here to the bottom, I think this is the most important one to look at. Let's shoot for the worst. Let's shoot for the bottom. And then we can use that number to analyze what could happen in the future. So if you look here at 103, Madden NFL Overdrive, this is a mobile game. All of these things right here on the screen are mobile games. Look at the gross revenue since 2018. Have a total of $100 million. Of course, you scroll up, it's gonna get better, right? Here you got Minecraft. Come up here to the top, of course, here's the big ones like Candy Crush, Pokemon, things like that. But look at the big difference here, $7.4 billion. Now, if we take a look at just the bottom, 100 million, and then we come over here to CoinMarketCap, looking at the current price of Shib, all those zeros, 9936. If we come over here, we take a look at this. Okay, so $100 million. If you put in $100 million, right? And the Shiba Inu Eternity game developers said that they will put in 5% into the burn. So there's 100 million, and we're gonna multiply that by 0.05. That represents 5%, and that gives us a total of, I think that is $5 million. Okay, so burning $5 million with a Shib, if that's what they can gross over a period of a couple years. So let's take that. So $5 million divided by the current price of 0.00009935. That is a ridiculously small number. Oh my God. So that represents 5.032 trillion. $5.032 trillion. If they fall in the top 100 highest mobile grossing games, and I think this would take a couple years. So we're probably looking at 22, 23, 24, probably around 2025. You know, if we kind of look at what we had over here at Madden at the bottom at $100 million, that's since 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22, 23, 24, 25, maybe even 26. So we'll say 2026, but in that period of time, we burned down an additional 5 trillion out of the total and circulating supply. So right now, if you look at the total supply, this represents all tokens that are not staked. That's really important. Not staked tokens, 589 trillion. Well, we get to subtract out 5 trillion from that. So you add that on top of all the other burn mechanisms from the Shiboshis, from potentially Shibarium coming up soon, from all the users that are burning their own Shib, that could help us get to a lower number in the total supply as well as the circulating supply of Shib. That's a nice little dent because we've been only messing around with these millions and billions. So if this could gross as well as these other games, and we look at the stats so far in the first 20 days, if and only if it keeps that momentum, we could potentially see an opportunity, but that has a lot. You know, this is all speculation because you have to determine, is this game actually going to get enough revenue? Or is it just going to be downloaded 100,000 times and played all over the world, but it doesn't generate any revenue because people have fun with it, but they don't spend the extra money? See, that's where Candy Crush did it right. Candy Crush made it very addicting. Everybody wanted to do it. They lead you along for a certain period of time, and once they get you well enough addicted to the game, then they're gonna start throwing you opportunities to buy in-app purchases. Obviously, you can see what happens when they get enough people addicted. You come up here and they're making so much freaking money. Look at that. Wouldn't you like to have $7.4 billion based on an app that you created, and you just do it just enough that you can get enough people addicted to it and you generate that much revenue since 2012? To me, that is a huge, ridiculous success. So will this do the same thing as Candy Crush? I highly doubt it. But again, that's why we look at the bottom. Let's look at the worst case scenario. If we get to the best case scenario, we don't even need to be talking right now. We're gonna be like chilling like a villain. It's gonna be awesome. Now, some of you may be familiar with this from my other channel, as well as if you follow me on Twitter at SweetLifeMoney, all undercase, all together, watch out for scammers. That's my actual Twitter handle. But if you look at this, here's what we're messing around with. We had 2 billion burned, 1.9 billion burned, and this is the difference between August 29th and September 26th. And then between September 26th and October 10th, we burned 592 million. Let's see what it is today. So in between October 10th and October 24th, how much did we burn? And is the Shiba Inu Eternity Game generating anything? And have they actually started burning any of that revenue? Let's take a look. I present to you 3 dead wallets, 3 actual legitimate dead wallets. These are what people use to burn Shiba Inu token, verified by the Etherscan transactions. If you scroll down here, this is the current balance of how much has been burned out of the Shiba Inu. All I have to do is copy that. All 3 of the links of what I'm about to show you will be in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself. So let's hop over here, take a look at this. Boom, we're gonna plug this number in right here. There we go. So far with this one burn wallet between the 10th and the 24th, 517 million burn. That's pretty good. So let's center that and make that look nice. Move over here to the second dead wallet. Again, copy the balance, drop it into my tracker, and here we go at 528. Now, will we beat this between the 26th and the 10th? 592 million. We're right now at 528. The big one is the Shiboshi's black hole. Now, I have not confirmed yet, and I would really like some help from the community if we know for sure if they're going to be burning the Shiba Inu Eternity Game, the Shiba Inu game revenue in the Shiboshi's black hole. Like, what particular dead wallet are they using to burn this SHIB out of the game? Is it gonna be this particular one? Or is it gonna be this one at the top? Or is it gonna be one in the middle? Which one are they using? I have yet to find actual legitimate confirmation of which one they're gonna use once they have enough revenue to burn that 5%. So if you know, drop me a comment down below. But let's take a look at this final third wallet. And that's what we have between the 10th and the 24th, 560 million tokens burned. I think that's interesting because one thing that I am noticing is a little bit of, let me actually calculate my math here. So I'm just gonna look at if we equals this minus that. Between the 10th and the 26th, we burned that many tokens. Can you please line up for me, freaking Excel? Oh my God, use this 1,000 separator, come on. All right, there we go, 29 million tokens burned during that period of time. Now, if I use the same thing, right? So if I come over here and copy this, we'll just do the same thing. Yeah, 32 million. And if I copy this and paste this, let's make sure this math is right. So in between the 29th and the 26th, we burned 54 million of just the Shiboshis, and then 26th to the 10th, 29 million, and then 32 million. So there's not really much of an uptick. I wasn't sure if there would be or not, but there is not right now because so that's just interesting. I thought maybe we would see a little bit of a bump, but right now not seeing much from the Shiba Eternity Game. So that's what we have. We're still looking at a very low amount of overall burn. And that could be because the market's down. And because the market's down, people aren't interested in it. There's not a lot going on with the market. And so what we would have to see, now of course one could argue, and I would actually agree with this argument, that this is the time to burn. You could actually burn more at a lesser price than back here on the 29th, or let alone last year in October. Burning cost a lot more money back then than it does today. But because the market isn't in focus, there's not gonna be a lot of activity around it, which is why in a future video, I'm gonna talk about the key catalyst on why Shiba Inu would either go to the moon or go completely down to hell. And it's really important to keep your eye on these things so you can become a smarter investor. But if we look here at this and you look at the transfers on Etherscan in the black hole that we were just talking about, it's all Shiboshis. And you can see the last transaction was 4 days and 7 hours ago. And this is changing the name. So in, of course, the NFT world, they're changing names of their Shiboshis. They pay a little bit, and when they pay that, it gets burned directly, which is a great, great mechanism. but all I'm seeing is minting and changing of the name for the Shiboshis. Not a whole lot of activity in the last 30 days. As you can see, very last transaction 4 days, and then all the way down here only 23 days ago. But in the past, this was much, much more active. So something that we should keep our eye on. So I would say that right now, we're only 20 days into the game. The game has to continue to grow its popularity, and most important, it has to find a way to get people to want to spend money on the in-app purchases. The upgrades, the different decks, the different Shiboshis in the game, all that stuff would have to be a catalyst that people are going to want to spend their money on. Now, the key part here is, if we have enough people downloading the game because it's becoming popular that aren't involved in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, that's where things get interesting. Because remember, anybody can download this app, anybody can play this game, and anybody can actually spend money in the in-app purchases. You don't have to hold Shiba Inu. You don't even have to like Shiba Inu. You probably don't even need to know what cryptocurrency is, for crying out loud. Yeah, like somebody can be completely like, I don't even know what crypto means, but I like this one game I found, because my friend recommended it to me and I decided to upgrade. That is the key, because then that kind of revenue we were talking about could happen. Hey, if you want to be super pessimistic, make it $1 million. We don't need to shoot for $100 million as the top mobile games have listed out. Let's say they only make $1 million. It's still a decent amount on a 5% burn to make a little bit of dent in that overall total supply. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more. Check out this video next. We'll see you on the next Shiba Inu video.